right, so you are all able to escape my 3-hour speech at the beginning of this. So I'm making up for it today. This is a senior showcase, but we were going to do teacher performances, but with the lack of teachers, it just, scheduling and all that stuff, we're sort of bookending this a little bit, because this is kind of an emotional evening in a lot of respects, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm very excited to showcase our wonderfully talented seniors. But before we start, I am going to read you all a little story. And this is Vince. He's another one of our graduated seniors. He's going to be my mic stand. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this little entry from The Little Prince. It was then the fox appeared. "Good morning," said the fox. I promise this is all going to come back later, by the way. "Good morning," the little prince answered politely, though when he turned around he saw nothing. "I'm here," the voice said, "under the apple tree." "Who are you?" the little prince asked. "You're very pretty." "I'm a fox," the fox said. "Come and play with me," the little prince proposed. "I'm feeling so sad." "I can't play with you," the fox said. "I'm not tamed." "Oh, excuse me," said the little prince. But upon reflection, he added, "What does tamed mean?" "You're not from around here," the fox said. "What are you looking for?" "I'm looking for friends." "What does tamed mean?" "It's something that's been too often neglected. It means to create ties." "Create ties?" "That's right," the fox said. "For me, you're only a little boy just like 100,000 other little boys, and for you, I'm just another fox. I have no need of you, and you have no need of me either. But if you tame me, we'll need each other. You'll be the only boy in the world for me, and I'll be the only fox in the world for you." "I'm beginning to understand," said the prince. "There's a rose. I think she tamed me. Possibly. My life is monotonous. I hunt chickens, men hunt me, all chickens and men are alike, so I'm rather bored. But if you tame me, my life will be filled with sunshine. Your footsteps will be the only footsteps to call me out of my burrow like music, rather than drive me back underground. And then look, you see the wheat fields over there? For me, wheat is no use whatsoever. Foxes don't eat bread. But you have hair the color of gold. So wheat will be wonderful once you tame me. The golden color will remind me of you, and I'll love the sound of the wind in the wheat." The fox fell silent and stared at the prince for a long while. "Please, tame me." "I'd like to," the prince replied, "but I haven't much time. I have friends to find and so many things to learn." "The only things you learn are the things that you tame." "Well, what do I have to do?" asked the little prince. "You have to be very patient," the fox answered. "First, you'll sit down, a little ways away from me, over there in the grass. I'll watch you out of the corner of my eye, and you won't say anything. But every day, you'll be able to sit a little closer." The next day, the prince returned. "It would have been better to return at the same time," the fox said. "If you always come at 4 in the afternoon, I'll begin to start getting happy by 3. The closer it gets to 4, the happier I'll feel. By 4, I'll be all excited and worried. I'll discover what it costs to be happy. But if you come at any old time, I'll never know when I should prepare my heart. There must be rights." "What's a right?" asked the little prince. "That's another thing that's been too often neglected. It's the fact that one day is different from the other days, 1 hour from the other hours." And so the little prince tamed the fox. And when the time to leave was near, "Oh, I shall weep," said the fox. "It's your own fault," the little prince said. "I never wanted to do you any harm, but you insisted I tame you." "Yes, of course," the fox said. "But you're going to weep," said the little prince. "Yes, of course," the fox said. And you get nothing out of it? I get something, the fox said, because of the color of the wheat. Now we must say goodbye, but I have a gift for you, a secret. Goodbye, said the little prince. Goodbye, said the fox. Here is my secret. It's quite simple. One sees rightly only with the heart. Anything essential is invisible to the eye. Anything essential is invisible to the eyes, the little prince replied, in order to remember. It's the time you spent on your rose that makes her so important. It's the time I spent on my rose, the little prince repeated, in order to remember. People have forgotten this truth, the fox said, but you mustn't forget it. You become responsible forever for what you've tamed. You're responsible for your rose. I'm responsible for my rose, the little prince repeated, in order to remember. Thanks, Vince.
This will come back in a little bit. But let's start the senior showcase. Started off with Kronk Shoulder Angels. This was previously done by our other graduated senior, Vince, but since we did not know Vince was going to be here tonight, our other newest intern Brandon, is stepping in for him. He's going to do a fantastic job. Please enjoy. Oh. I don't like this one anymore. Tricky.
You're not really going to let him die like that, are you?
Shoulder Angel.
So,
Don't listen to that guy. He's trying to lead you down the path of righteousness, but I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
come off it.
You come off it.
You come off it.
You
You.
infinity. Listen up, you big guy. I got 3 good reasons why you should just walk away. Reason number 1. Look at that guy. He got that sissy stringy music thing.
It's a harp. You know that. We've been over this.
Okay, that's a harp. That's a dress.
A robe.
Okay, reason number 2. Look what I can do. Hi, my name is Phoebe Rosa. I'm breaking the 4th wall.
But, what does that have to do with anything?
No. He has a point.
Okay, be gone. Well, like, however I make you guys go away.
That'll do.
Lamest place. Next up, we have Lamest Place in the World. I'm really excited about this one. This is from year 2 of camp and featured another Bautista. But we're not going to make him do that.
Down the road, there's a Dairy Queen. Up the block, there's a Walmart. There's a place you can accessorize your pets. A school, a tree, a couple of churches, and no matter how hard anybody searches, that's about as thrilling as this stupid village gets. It's the lamest place in the world, but it just got a little bit better. Don't disappear. It's the lamest place in the world. Pretty sure it's not as lame as it was before. Now that you're here. miles to the nearest river, 60 miles to the airport. When we plan our escape, that's where we're gonna have to be. It's a shame, it's a terrible pity you got dragged away from New York City. Made yourself for you, but it's amazing luck for me. It's the lamest place in the world. Just got a little bit better. I'm happy to say it's the lamest place in the world, and you're completely intellectual, neurotic. You would never have a shot except found the perfect guy. And though I don't really know you, I can hardly wait to show every fake and freak, every fool and clown. So the Chippewas settle this stupid town. Let him laugh, they won't keep me down with you by my side. And it just got a little bit better. Amazing but true. Yes, the lamest place in the world has lots of flaws, but maybe it'll be fine because they're probably true. Smile.
Next up, we have one of my favorite scenes these two have ever done, and it actually became kind of a recurring theme. This is the producer's scene. I really like this scene because we did this during our Theaterville year, and it was during the year these two really started coming into their own as like actors. It was the longest scene we'd ever given any one of our students, and it was a huge undertaking. And what actually I believe happened is we sort of tag teamed on blocking it, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Phoebe has actually turned into a pretty amazing director, and actually, Ben is a really great at blocking too, but I'm going to handle this. We are in proscenium, not thrust.
Oh. Oopsies.
Please enjoy the producers.
Mr. Bialystok, may I speak to you for a minute?
A minute.
Yes, a minute.
Go. You have 59 seconds left.
You're timing me?
Time is money.
Okay.
58
Bialystok,
seconds
I've been
left.
looking at
45
timing your
seconds
books,
left. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
the books.
Hurry.
You-
Okay.
You're
Quick, quick.
you're
10,
making me extremely
9,
nervous.
8,
I cannot function. I cannot function under these conditions, Mr.
3, 2,
Bialystok.
1. What is that?
What's what?
That.
Oh, there's no. It's nothing.
Well, if it's nothing, then why can't I see it?
My blanket! Give me my new blanket! Give it to me! Get it!
Get over yourself! What's wrong with you?
I'm hysterical. I can't stop like this.
I can see that.
I'm wet and I'm hysterical and I'm wet. I'm in pain and I'm still hysterical.
You're making me hysterical now.
Go over there. You frighten me.
Frighten you.
He's still kind of angry.
Any better?
Yeah.
Now, who's my little accountant?
I am.
Who's my little accountant?
I'm him.
Yes, Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're my little accountant.
Well, thank you for smiling, Mr. Bialystok. That helped a great deal.
Well, you know what they say. Smile, and the world smiles back at you. This man should be in a straitjacket. Any better?
Oh, yes. Quite thank you. Mr. Bialystok, may I speak to you for a moment?
Anything for you, Prince Mishkin.
Well, this is hardly the time for levity. You see, I've encountered a serious error in the count of your last book. Funny boy, you raised $100,000, but the play only cost $98,000 to produce. You have $2,000 unaccounted for.
So, I had a spa day. Who cares? The show's a flop.
Well, if they find out, you could go to jail.
Bloom, do me a favor. Move a couple of digits around. You can do it. You're an accountant. You're part of a noble profession. Why? The word count is part of your title.
That's cheating.
It's not cheating. It's charity. I used to wear handmade leather Italian suits. Look at me now. Look at me now. Leo, don't send me to prison. Please, help me. Help me!
Okay, I'll do it. Jeez.
You'll do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. 2,000 isn't that much, and the IRS isn't interested in a show that flopped. I'm sure I could hide the money somewhere.
Good thinking, Bloom. You do that. I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay. Let's see. Move a little bit here. Carry the one. Huh. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Under the right circumstances, a producer could make more with a flop than he could with a hit.
What?
What?
You were saying that under the right circumstances, a producer could make more with a flop than he could with a hit.
Well, yes. It's quite possible. You see, if a man were certain his show would flop, he could make a fortune.
You keep saying that, but you're not telling me how.
Well, it's simply a little bit of creative academic thinking. Let's assume for a moment that you are, what's the word? Starts with a D, it's just on the tip of my tongue, what is it? Oh yes. Let's assume for a moment that you are a dishonest man.
Assume away.
Well, you've already done it yourself, just on a small scale. You raised $2,000 more than you needed on your last play to function. If you were a really bold criminal, you would have raised $1 million.
What if my show was a hit?
Well, then you'd go to jail. You see, instead of raising 100%, you would have raised 1,000%. But with so many backers to go around, you wouldn't be able to pay them all back. Get it?
Got it. So, in order for our scheme to work, we need a surefire flop.
Scheme? What scheme?
What scheme? Your scheme, you little genius!
Oh, no. I meant no scheme. That was just an academic theory. It was just a thought.
Bloom. Worlds have turned on such thoughts. Don't you see, Bloom? Glorious Bloom. Darling Bloom. It's so simple. Step 1. We find the worst play ever written. A surefire flop. Step 2. We hire the worst director. Step 3. We raise $2 million.
Two?
One for me. One for you. Step 3, 4. We find the worst actors in New York and open on Broadway. And before you can say step 5, you close on Broadway. We close on Broadway, put on our $98 flop, and go to Rio.
Rio? No. That would never work.
Oh, you snotty little caterpillar! Don't you want to...
Ah!
Don't you want to become a butterfly? fountain.
I'm like a fountain?
Yes, you're like a fountain, just waiting to explode into the sky. Don't you see, Leo? There's so much more to you than there is to you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Biel. I'm afraid you've made a terrible error in judgment. You're mistaken for somebody with a spine. I'm gonna go to Whitehall and Mars now. Goodbye forever. I'll do it.
Can we get some help clearing the stage? Santi. Yeah, all right. He always wants to live with big stuff. It's an intern in training. Our next piece is a special solo performance from Ben. It is Confrontation from Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know if I said this before, but this might be my favorite musical number we've done at Top Note, and a big part of that goes to Ben because he did most of the character work himself. It was one of those years where he did it for a class, and I liked what he did with it so much. I wanted to carry it over into July camp, and I just kind of turned him loose with it. And it's still to this day, every time I watch him do it, it gives me chills. So please enjoy Ben Bautista in Confrontation.
It's over now, I know inside. No one will ever know the sorry tale of Edward Hyde and those who died. No one must ever know. They don't see the tragedy. They would not see my intent. The shadow of Hyde's evil would forever kill the good that I had. Am I a good man? Am I a madman? There's such a fine line between a good man and I. Do you really think that I would ever let you go? Do you really think I'd ever set you free? If you do, I'm sad to say it simply isn't so. You will never get away from me. All that you are is a face in the mirror. I close my eyes and you disappear. I am what you face with your face in the mirror. Long as you live, I will still be here. All that you are is the end of a nightmare. All that you are is a dying scream. After tonight, I shall end this demon dream. This is not a dream, my friend, and it will never end. This one is a nightmare that goes on. It is here to stay, no matter what you may pretend. And all for it long after you're gone. Soon you will die, and my memory will hide you. You cannot choose but to lose control. You can't control me, I live inside you. Each day you feel me, devour your soul. I don't need you to survive like you need me. I'll become whole as you dance with death, and I'll rejoice to breathe your final breath. I'll live inside you forever. No, would Satan and sell my flesh? No, and I know that now and forever they'll never be able to separate from pride. Can't you see it's over now? It's time to die. No, not I, only you. If I die, you die too. You die in me, I'll be you. Daddy, leave me be. Can't you see you are me? No, deep inside, I am Jackal. You are Hyde. No, not ever. Yes, forever. God damn you, Hyde. Take all your evil deeds and rot in hell. I'll see you then, Jackal.
Our final student performance of the evening is one they chose as just one of their personal favorites. It's a group number, and we're going to call up some top-note veterans to back everyone up. Did you hurt yourself?
Nah, it's just a plan.
Dedication.
It's just what the flesh mood.
Dedication.
Do 6, Ben.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Do 6. That makes me angry. Ben's on 6. I got it. Cool. Oh, take it in from this is also an opportunity for you all to see me conduct furiously, so please enjoy that weirdness.
Out in the darkness, a fugitive running, falling from grace.
Falling from grace, I never shall yield. Face to face, we come face to face. He knows the way dark.
But mine is the way of the Lord.
Those who follow the path of the righteous are their reward. And if they fall as Jerusalem, the sword.
Their multitudes, scarce to be counted, filling the darkness. Order and light.
Before the sentinels, silent and sure, keeping watch in the night, keeping watch in the night. Side, yield the course in your aim, and each of your seasons returns and returns, and is always the same. And if they fall as Lucifer fell, you fall in flame. And so it lasting, and
total hypocrite right now. I always make my students be off book, and I'm definitely not tonight. I just wanted to make sure I remembered to say everything I wanted to say, I guess. So, ready? Here's my speech. You thought you escaped, but you didn't. So, thank you all for being here tonight. The Little Prince was probably one of my favorite shows we ever did. It's a book that's come to mean a great deal to me over the years. And I feel like the chapter that I read for you at the beginning is very relevant to Top Note and where we are on pretty much every level. The part about creating ties is obvious. It's one of the best things humanity does. Tied with the arts, in my opinion. And I'm sure the idea of taming could probably be humorously compared to some of our students. It probably could even be compared to the deep and significant teaching partnership and friendship I have with teacher Sarah. We are responsible for what we've tamed, and it's why she, just like the Little Prince on his own journey, decided it was time to come back home. And I don't know what I would have done without her this last year if she hadn't been here. These ties we create are what kept us alive this year. It's what kept Top Note alive. Anything essential is invisible to the eye. And those who looked at our classes with the heart, those who saw those essential pieces, would see clearly that most of the students who stuck around this last year were not in classes because they were eager for another several hours on a Zoom call. You guys were here because you missed each other, or because you wanted to help support Top Note and keep us alive. And you did. And it's that unspoken agreement of having each other's backs and showing up. Then, of course, there's the idea of rights and how it relates to the taming process, especially this past year. We were denied many rights in so many aspects of our lives, and the absence of them shakes us and affects us deeply. But I think that's what makes this summer so special. Summer camp has always been my favorite time of year, and it's always been a special time for the entire Top Note Performing Arts family, and my goodness, I don't think I realized just how much I was missing until I got it back. And thank goodness we got it back when we did. I don't know what I would have done if I wasn't able to share one last summer with these graduated seniors before they move on to the next chapter in their lives. Which brings us to the thing that pulled the strongest when I felt myself drift back to this chapter. Being a teacher, especially outside of a more formal school setting in a subject that particularly encourages vulnerability and trust, can be a tricky thing. You can't help but bond with your students in a unique and special way. And when you teach a program where the students stick around, that bond only grows deeper. But it still ends the same. You teach them, you watch them grow, and then you watch them go. But there is one thing that rings in my heart as clear as a bell when I look at these two, and I think of our other two seniors, Vince and Veronica. And when I think about all the students I've had and will have that will come and go, it will always be worth it because of the color of the wheat. And so, as we continue, hopefully, helping our little family get back on its feet so it can make me weep for years to come, I want to bring up our graduated seniors one last time because I have one last thing I'd like to share with them. Want to sit awkwardly on stage with me while I do this? Come keep me company. Veronica, Vince, if you guys want to come up too, that's I wanted to save this for July camp when the end of the summer gets a little closer. but based on what 2 weeks have done to my voice, I do not have high hopes for the final week of July when it comes to singing. I see Issa laughing at me. Thank you, that's very accurate. So, if you all catch on to the song fast, I may need your help by the time I get to the last chorus of this. But this is a song that from the first time I heard it, I knew it belonged to us. Ever since I was young, I kind of saw my life as a jukebox musical a little bit. I saw like various moments of my life illustrated by musical numbers. Does anybody else do that? Does that just mean no? Okay, oh thank God, thank you. But basically, if this was a musical and you guys were about to set out on the next chapter of your life, that's what the scene was, after all the adventures we've had, and you guys asked me for a few last words of wisdom before you depart, this is the song I would sing. So, good luck, boys. Been this way. I wasn't born a renegade. I felt alone, still feel afraid. I stumbled through it anyway. I wish someone would have told me that this life is ours to choose. No one's handing you a key or a book with all the rules. The little that I know I'll tell you. When they dress you up in lies and leave you naked with the truth, you throw your head back and spit in the wind. Let the walls crack, 'cause it lets the light in. Let them drag you through hell. They can't tell you to change who you are. That's all I know so far. And when the storm's out, you run in the rain. Put your sword down, dive right into the pain. Stay unfiltered and loud, and be proud of that skin full of scars. That's all I know so far. That's all I know. So you might give yourself away and pay full price for each mistake. But when the candy coating hides the razor blade, you can cut yourself loose and use that rage. I wish someone would have told me that this darkness comes and goes. People will pretend, but my babies no one knows. And even I can't teach you how to fly, but I can show you how to live like your life is on the line. You throw your head back and spit in the wind. Let the walls crack, 'cause it lets the light in. Let them drag you through hell. They can't tell you to change who you are. That's all I know so far. And when the storm's out, you run in the rain. Put your sword down, dive right into the pain. Stay unfiltered and loud, and be proud of that skin full of scars. That's all I know so far. 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 I'll be here for you till the world blows up. No matter how old you get. Up and down and through till the world blows up. When it's right or it's all messed up, till the world blows up, till the world blows up, and you will be enough. And until the world blows up, just throw your head back and spit in the wind. Let the walls crack, 'cause it lets the light in. Let them drag you through hell. They can't tell you to change who you for letting me be a part of your families, for letting us all be a part of your families, and for being a part of mine. Thank you for showing up here tonight, and here's to many more years. Let's do some raffle drawings.
Folks, we're gonna be on mics. So if you want to stay seated, you can. If you want to come over, but we're gonna call all of our prizes. Teacher Dante, if we can get the overhead lights back on for this.